Hope reveals to Sheila behind Deacon's back that she is looking for her father and inquires, "Who are you?" Brooke paces in her living room as she considers the most recent arguments between her and Ridge and gazes at a picture of the two of them. When Liam enters, she is startled. He offers his apologies and inquires about Hope. Brooke explains that she visited her father. Deacon complains to Paul at Il Giardino that an order was misplaced once more. When he becomes aware of another issue, he inquires, "Does she have a name?" Deacon murmurs, "The night is only getting better and better," as Ridge enters. "You must avoid Brooke," Ridge says as he approaches. For everyone's protection, Deacon puts the box cutter out of the way before asking Ridge, "You were saying?" After warning Deacon to avoid Brooke, Ridge discovered the photo Hope had shared. "You're bad news for everybody, especially the people you care about," he declares. At Il Giardino, Deacon informs Paul that an order was once again lost. He asks, "Does she have a name?" as he notices another problem. As Ridge comes in, Deacon mutters, "The night is only getting better and better." Ridge walks up and says, "You have to stay away from Brooke." Deacon moves the box cutter out of the way for everyone's safety before asking Ridge, "You were saying?" Ridge found the image Hope had shared and warned Deacon to stay away from Brooke. He states that you are bad news for everyone, especially the individuals you care about. Sheila drops her cash at Deacon's house, grabs a letter opener, and then turns to face Hope. She's wearing a wig and glasses. Liam is informed by Brooke at her home that Hope most likely won't be there for long because she only needs a distraction from what is going on with Douglas. Liam wishes there wouldn't be a custody dispute between Thomas and Hope. Brooke gripes that Thomas is already acting as though Douglas will move in with him, when, in fact, he hasn't taken care of the youngster in years. Liam remembers how erratic Thomas was before Douglas moved in with them. Brooke worries how it will affect Beth, who sees him as her elder brother, and feels like Steffi and Taylor are pushing for this. This, in her opinion, is stressful Hope. At Deacon's, Brooke believes she can unwind a little. Deacon reminds Ridge at Il Giardino that he and Brooke had a daughter together. Ridge responds that he has continually made bad decisions, which have affected the young woman. Ridge has never made a poor decision or done something he regrets. Deacon snaps. Ridge contends that despite his flaws, he is not a fraud. "Excuse me, ex-con." Ridge, according to Deacon, never even gave him a chance. Ridge shouts, "What for?" Ridge apologizes to the diners who are muttering, then goes on to declare that Deacon will show himself to be exactly who he is known to be, the man who moved in with Brooke on New Year's Eve. Deacon accuses Sheila. The photo, according to Ridge, was taken at his office. Deacon just causes trouble. Hence, he is not welcome in his home or office. Deacon doesn't seek out conflict. It sometimes finds him. Ridge bemoans the fact that he is like Sheila in that he is never at fault. Sheila had nowhere to turn and no one to talk to besides people like Deacon, so a bear killed her. Hope queries Sheila about her name and relationship to her father when visiting Deacon. Sheila remains silent. Hope wonders, "Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm witnessing," and believes she understands the woman's silence. At Brooke's house, Liam confesses that he had hoped that Sheila's departure would bring about a calmer atmosphere, but they're now mired in the disputes between Thomas and Douglas and Ridge and Deacon. He seems to want to say something, which Brooke can sense. Deacon is trying his best not to let Hope down once more. But it's difficult to break old patterns, in Liam's opinion. People in Hope's life are merely waiting for him to make a mistake so they can tell her, "I told you so." He really truly hopes that won't occur. Ridge summarizes at Il Giardino that Deacon made bad decisions by letting Sheila into his life, despite the fact that she was an awful person. Deacon asserts that Hope is in his camp and desires to be with him. "We both know it's going to end in tragedy," yells Ridge. The phone rings for Deacon. When Liam calls, he finds out that Hope visited his apartment. He informs Liam that he is at work, thanks him for the heads up, and then tells Ridge that he must leave. Liam informs Brooke that Deacon was acting strangely on the phone while they were at her house. What was that all about, I wonder? Hope cries, Dad, I can't believe what I'm witnessing, as Deacon enters his home. Sheila says, You never informed me you had a new woman in your life. And he and she both take a breath. At Brooke's house, Liam questions why, if Deacon wasn't there, Hope didn't go to Il Giardino. That they weren't together is strange. When Liam called, Ridge says he was with Deacon. Ridge left quite quickly, so it's likely that he wanted to clean up the beer bottles or other debris that was all over his floor. Ridge scolds Brooke. Ridge refuses to apologize and says he spoke to Hope's ex about the picture she shared. Because he has injured them in the past, he doesn't want it to happen again. Liam appears contemplative. Hope confronts Deacon at his home and demands to know why he kept his relationship with someone secret. Up until she asks for an introduction, Deacon stumbles. Deacon is adamant that it's not what she believes it to be. Since her mother has Ridge, Hope wants him to be content. Deacon claims that this was a completely unexpected and spontaneous occurrence. Hope introduces herself to Sheila, who goes by Lena, short for Michelina. She is an old acquaintance of mine, Deacon blurts out, and we go way back. Do I know you? Hope queries the woman, sensing she has encountered her before.